Okay, we have something for you. This is a course called Build ASL Sentences where you will be building sentences in ASL, complete sentences. All right, this is the course curriculum page. The purpose of this video is to dive in and show you actually how it works. I can talk all day long, but it makes sense to just show you. Okay, so let's jump into the introduction lesson. Okay, so this course, you are going to build complete sentences from scratch, step by step, chunk by chunk, sign by sign. All right, so we're going to go over hand shape, hand position, hand motion for each individual sign. Next, we put the signs together to create short phrases. Then we combine the phrases to build complete sentences. Hence the name, Build ASL Sentences. Aha! And then there's also something extra, which is fantastic. We've included lots of review and testing. Yes, just to make sure it's sticking in your brain. Okay, I don't want to talk too much. I want to show you. So let's go back to the course curriculum. Okay, so the format for each section, right now we're going to talk about group 1. The first part is a PDF. Aha! You're going to have a PDF to download, and I'll show you in just a moment. After that, you're going to have 4 complete sentences that you are going to learn. Chunk by chunk, sign by sign. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 complete sentences. After that, we go nuts with review and testing. Aha! There will be practice for all of the individual signs. Then we're going to review individual signs, signing, and then review understanding individual signs, and then 2-part test for full sentences, signing and understanding. All right, so let's jump in and take a look at, see how it actually works. So let's take a look at the PDF. Okay, so this PDF is group 1 content. When you scroll down, you can preview it. You can scroll through it and take a look at it, and you can also download it. So let's go ahead and click on it. Okay, so it's just a link to a PDF on Google Drive, and it's just quick and easy to load. So the first page is group 1 sentences. So like I told you before, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 different sentences, and each sentence has 6 signs. So 6 times 4 is 24. So you're going to be learning a total of, excuse me, 24 signs in each section. So page 2 of the PDF, lists all of the signs that you'll be learning in alphabetical format. Just a nice little PDF here. Okay, so the group 1 signs, they're all listed in alphabetical format. This is a useful approach if you want to kind of keep track as you're learning. Like there are some signs that we learn and they just stick in our brain. It's just really easy to see. Other signs, it's a bit more difficult. So for example, let's say you're having difficulty with a sign for next week. Maybe you could print off this PDF, you could highlight this, or you can check it. Maybe if you've got that sign and you're confident with it, you can, yeah. So the whole idea is to use this PDF for whatever works for your learning style, and you can mark it up, write on it, highlight it, check it off, whatever you want. Okay, so these are all the signs for group 1. Page 3 of the PDF is practice sentences. Now this will become more clear when I show you, when we do the review and the testing, because you'll be signing full sentences. At the beginning, when you jump into a section, go ahead and download the PDF, even if you don't start doing the practice sentences right away, because you're going to be learning the signs first, but then later on you'll be getting the practice sentences. Right. Okay, so this was the 3-page PDF for group 1. Let's go back. Okay. So the first lesson is just a PDF with all of group 1 content. Next we go to the first sentence where the magic happens. Okay, now when you learn a full sentence, the flow for each sentence of that lesson will be the same. All right, so at the top here we have Monday 8 o'clock, my best friend drive to store. This is lesson 1A, so you have 1A, 1B, 1C for 1A, B, C, and D for full sentence. 4 full sentences, right? The first part is a quickie lesson, all right? So I'm just going to show you how to sign. We'll do it in chunks, sign by sign, but it's not like a full explanation. The full explanation comes later. But first, after you do the quickie lesson, you can scroll for ASL versus English syntax, right? So in this example, the ASL is Monday 8 o'clock, my best friend drive to store. The English syntax, English grammar would be My best friend will drive to the store on Monday at 8 o'clock. Aha, so similar but not quite the same. All right, so after you take a look at the syntax, you can scroll down to the full lesson. All right, now in the full lesson is where I go into the nuts and bolts and a lot of details. But first, so I'm not just talking so much, let me show you the Quickie lesson so you can kind of get an idea how it works. Drive to store. Okay, so I break the sentence down at the beginning. You can see the whole thing that you're going to be learning. Then I broke it down into the first phrase, and you can see that each sign lit up individually yellow. And as we go through, we'll go through each individual sign, and I'll just show you. Basically, I'll just show you what's being signed, and you can sign along with me. You can pause the video, move through it as you want. And basically, we're just going to go through the whole thing, right? And I'm going to show you how to sign everything. And this is just a Quickie lesson. It's kind of an overview of what you're going to be learning in the full lesson. So let's take a look at the full lesson. All right, after the syntax, you go down to the full lesson. Let's take a look. Okay, you're going to learn how to sign all of this. Yes, so let's jump in. We're going to break it into parts. The first part is drive to store. All right, let's talk about the sign for drive to. Okay, so this is where I talk about the nuts and bolts, the hand shape, hand position, hand motion for each individual sign. Aha, this is what makes it the full lesson. Just going to take your time. The lesson's like 7.5 minutes long, and you can go at your own speed and just soak up the material. And I urge you, sign with me. You're always signing with me. Sign with me, just to get it sticking in your brain. I can't say that enough. Okay, so we make it all the way through, step by step by step, and we'll be signing the full sentence. Okay, so that was the first one. Now let's go to the second sentence. The second sentence is, our cousin don't want to sit with family. Right, the same thing, starts with the Quickie lesson. Then we go down to ASL versus English syntax. Then we go to the full lesson. And it's going to be the same for all 4 complete sentences for each section. All right, so the next one is 1C. Next week, Friday, they look for a new home. And the 4th sentence is, go to a restaurant, buy sushi, good idea. Okay, so let's go back out to the curriculum page. Okay, so you can see we talked about so far the PDF where you can download it and you can see all of the content in group 1. Then we have the 4 sentences, 1, 2, 3, 4, all right, the mini Quickie lesson, the syntax, then the full lesson. And now we get to the fun part, review and testing. So we have practice, review, and testing. So let's take a look at the first one, which is practice, as in practicing all of the group 1 signs, all of the individual vocabulary signs. Okay, let me go ahead and push play. Okay, let's do some review, all right? And what are we going to review? Well, we're going to review all of the signs that we've covered up to this point, all right? So you've done 4 sentences, and each sentence had 6 individual vocabulary signs. So 6 times 4 is 24, all right? So in this lesson, okay, so you can see all of the signs, the same signs on the PDF in alphabetical order. And in this lesson, we're just going to sign together to get a nice quick refresher for all of the signs. All right, so something's going to light up and we'll sign it. Something else will light up and we'll sign it. It's just going to go down the list in alphabetical order, and it's just a refresher for all of the signs in group 1. Right, so that will be practice. After we do practice, we'll do review for group 1 vocab. Now you're thinking, is this the same as before? I would say no. This time I wear my glasses and I won't be talking. And it's testing you. The first part of the review is signing. So can you sign the group 1 vocab? All right, so let's take a look. You, look at that, you sign. And I'm going to be with my lips closed. All right, so let's take a look. Okay, I don't know if you're expecting the timer, but it's a 4-second timer. So basically I show you what you need to be signing, and then the timer starts running. And you can do whatever you want to do with this, which just makes your learning journey fun. All right, now you can race the timer, you can pause the video, you can do whatever works for you. If you just need like kind of like a game, then you can just race the timer. See if you can sign each individual sign, the ones that we've been covering in this group 1 section. Right, so we're going to go through all of the signs, and in this one, it's not alphabetical order, so you don't know what sign's coming up next. It's going to be random. Ha! And to make sure, once again, this is focusing on signing. After that, we're going to do understanding. Right, so we're also going to do, in this one, vocabulary signs, just individual vocabulary signs that you've already been learning, but it's going to be focused on understanding. So let's take a look. So I sign, you ponder, take a look at what I'm doing, and try to figure out what I'm signing. Right. All right, question marks, what am I signing? Okay, so I was signing Monday, right? And we're going to go through all of the signs in this format because this is understanding. You try to figure out what I'm signing. And this time, in this lesson right here, it's only going to be for individual signs, all of the vocabulary signs that we've been learning. Aha! Okay, so we have a 2-part review just for the individual signs, signing and understanding. Then we're going to have a 2-part test for full sentences. Let's take a look. Okay, so remember before I was talking about on the PDF the practice sentences. Aha! Now it may be useful if you want to study ahead and prepare for the test is to sign and do these practice sentences. Highly recommended. So these sentences have the same format for as to what you'll be tested on in the 2-part testing for signing and understanding of full sentences. And by this point, you've learned everything. You've been signing with me, the signs have been soaking up. Now we're just going to take those signs and we're going to rearrange them around into different sentence structures, but they're the same signs that you've been learning. It's like ASL often can just be like a puzzle, and you switch things around and you move things around to create different sentence structures. Okay, so let's take a look here. Sentence 1, 2, 3, and 4. Sign sentence 1. Aha! You can race the timer, but it's on you to sign good, in this case, good idea, look for family. Aha! Now you've learned all the signs, you learned all the individual signs, and they were in a different sentence format before, but you can reuse those signs in new sentence structures. And then we count down to the answer. I pop up, I'm somewhere, and I will sign the answer, right? So the same thing here, we had the timer, and you can pause the video, or you can use the timer, you can race the timer, whatever works with your learning style to kind of push yourself, kind of have some fun as your skills are being tested. Because the whole idea here is to prove and to show and to use what you've been learning, right? So many courses out there, they teach you so much, they fill your brain, but they don't test you on it, right? And it's just, if you really want to stick, you need to be tested, you need to do review and see if you can actually do it. And if you can't, it's not a big deal. Go back and review it again and just boost it up. Mistakes are okay. Mistakes are okay. Okay, so this is the first part of the test for signing sentences. Then we go to understanding sentences. All right, so 4 sentences again. You try to figure out what am I signing. It's going to be a complete sentence this time with individual signs that you've already learned. So basically, what am I signing? And I'll sign it 2 times. All right. Okay, then we have the countdown to the answer, and I will show you the answer. All right, and you're going to notice the format in this course, whenever I'm signing, it's going to light up in yellow over here. So if it's white, I'm not signing it. If it's yellow, I'm signing it. Okay, by this point, these signs should look very, very, very familiar because you've been studying the PDF. You've been doing the lessons and you've been signing with me. Sign with me. Okay, so let's go back out here to the course curriculum. All right, so in this video, we talked about the course, Build ASL Sentences. Build ASL sentences, and the whole idea here is we could throw like a full sentence at you and just be like, okay, we're going to learn it all together. But I'm learning it's more fun and more effective to take that sentence and just chop it up into bits and learn each individual part individually and put a couple of those signs together for a phrase. So we have that first phrase. Take two more signs we're going to learn individually. We have another phrase. So we have two phrases. Well, we'll put those together and sign something. And then we'll learn another phrase. We'll put everything together and we can sign full sentences. So literally we're going to be building full sentences in ASL. Okay, so go nuts, have fun, sign like crazy.